Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Friday the 24th. 24th? Is that right? Yeah, 24th of June, 2022. Right at 5:30 in the evening. Right now it is 86 degrees Fahrenheit here in Northeast Florida. Heavy overcast, humidity 74%. It gives us a feels like of like 97 or something. 30 degrees Celsius. So, excuse me. So, supposed to be off, Doc. What are you doing? Actually, I'm headed over to my daughter's house. I talked to her last night, and she has some bromeliads sitting out front that have gotten way too much sun. So, I am going to go and get them and hopefully revive them. Hopefully they aren't too far gone. I said something when she put them in. Who was it that was talking about geese last night? Aaron? Look at them over here. All along the ditch. Yeah. Anyway. So I had mentioned to her that I didn't think they were the best for the heavy sunlight in front of her house. And she said, I did my research, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But they are not thriving. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to revive them. I will go and get them, bring them back, put them out in the shade, on the shady side of my place, and see how they do. I'll put some hydrogen peroxide in with the water. That will help help oxygenate them to some degree. Or if they're pretty far gone, it will help to force the propagation. Hydrogen peroxide generally helps to promote root growth. Excuse me. And like if you're planting from seeds, if you roll your seeds up in a paper towel and then soak them with hydrogen peroxide and let them sit for a day or so, it will promote the germination. So, anyway, that's what we're off to do. Now, I've got this table sitting here behind me. And I've got a couple of ideas in mind for it. But the more I looked at it, the more I realized the top is in really bad shape. It's that sawdust wood, and then covered with like a Formica or Formica-like substance. Formica is a brand name. And it's all peeling away because the wood inside is all swollen up. And I realized last night that I've got this large drawing board that I bought probably probably 30 years ago. Longer than that. I bought it. We carried it down here with us. So it's probably, I probably bought it 40 plus years ago. It's like 2.5 feet by 3 feet, something like that. It's a little bigger than the top for that table. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to go ahead and use that piece of wood. It's kind of a shame. I mean, I spent pretty good money on that chunk of wood as a drawing board. Oh, excuse me. Back when I was doing architectural drafting and landscape designs and stuff like that. But I haven't used it in well over 30 years. Just haul it around place to place, stick it in behind something. Always knowing that it's there, but it's huge. Like I said, it's 3 feet by almost 2 feet, I think. It's 37 inches long, because that was the measurement that I took. That's what I was thinking about for this. This is just under 37 inches. So it's the right length. Width-wise, that's all good. So, anyway, that's what I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and do. I'll combine those two things. But that means I don't want to paint that top. I probably should, if I'm going to be doing a lot of craft stuff on top of it, painting and whatever. It's going to get paint on it. So I may as well go ahead and paint it. Like I said, it's just it's one of those things. It's like, oh man, it's like taking a spray bomb to a Rolls Royce, spray can to a Rolls Royce. Just it goes against the grain. So, oh man. But I gotta turn that fan off. It's not getting enough juice and it keeps squealing at me. Anyhow. I was kind of right on the money when I said the other day that I'll fall right back into my sleep schedule. I was up until, I don't know, 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. Went to bed and I didn't get up until 2:30. Thereabouts. Well, I was out making my coffee. And it was 2:30, so maybe 2:20, whatever. But it'll be too easy to fall back into that. Of course, I can sleep late again tomorrow. Sunday, I'm probably going to have to be up earlier, noonish, more than likely. Be at my son's in order for him to do the work on the front end of this. Ooh, that thing is bouncy. I'm really hoping we don't find anything else wrong under the front end. What little bit I can look at seems okay. Of course, I have real problems getting down and then getting back up. looked at my tires, made sure they were like, none of them look like they're out around. They all seem to have their weights on them, etc. So I'm thinking it's just that brake grabbing causing the vibration. Anyhow, it's even cloudier over this way. The river's all, well, kind of grayish. At least it is through these sunglasses. It's kind of grayish without them too. Kind of reflecting what the clouds are showing. We are headed into the hot season. So I am 100% sure that these plants would not survive where they are through the summer. So I'm not sure what type of bromeliads they are. Hopefully when they planted them, they left the sticker or the tag with them. Some bromeliads need soil. Some are epiphytes and don't need soil. I'm hoping that they're the epiphytes that don't need the soil. They can be planted in soil, but they don't need it. They will grow fine on a tree or in moss or what have you. So I've actually been thinking about the side of my yard that has so much shade. I've been thinking about getting some tillandsia, just other types of epiphytes that like the shade and don't need to root. So there's a lot of them. I considered some orchids. I don't know if I wanted to have the hassle of dealing with orchids in the wintertime. That comes down to almost the same thing as having a pet or a human companion. They require attention. So, and the light changes to red. Anyway, so yeah, I've grown tillandsia in the past. The house that I used to be in, the front of the house faced north, so it was a nice shady area. Not quite as shady as where I'm at now because I have that huge tree over the place. But I think most of them will do well in that type of bright shade. I guess what you call it. It's shade, but there's a lot of light. So I've actually got some of those in my Amazon cart. I don't know if I'll buy them that way. It's a possibility. I have to look around. There used to be a guy at the flea market that sold them cheap. I was going to say I can get them cheap at. It's not that I could do anything special. He sold them. They were rather inexpensive. But that was 10 or 15 years ago. Who knows what the prices are now? And according to my brother, who goes out to the flea market every week, there's nobody really out there at the moment selling plants of any kind other than like the vegetable people. So, and that's not what I'm looking for. The other flea market I used to get them at down in St. Augustine has been closed completely. So, I don't know. There's some nurseries, garden centers around that I can look at that might work. We'll see. Can't believe that guy is putting up a shiny metal fence. I don't know that code enforcement is going to. Whoa! I don't know if code enforcement is going to allow that. There was just a car carrier, tractor trailer car carrier, had 3 mid-60s Chevy coupes, couldn't tell exactly what, and a early 50s Ford pickup truck. Yeah, that's a neck breaker. Anyhow. So let's see, what else? I don't know. I'll still probably. I want to do. I really want to play with the top on this table with that Formica, but if I'm just going to throw it out, I mean, it's not something that I could paint and then, consider selling. The surface itself isn't worth the time or wasting the paint. So I may have to change it up. Right now, I still don't have a real spot to put it. I don't think. Well, I guess I could. There's a couple of spots that it may fit, especially if I take the top off. So, and if nothing else, I can move a couple boxes and put on top of it. So, until I get the space cleared out, then I can build the table. That's a possibility. I may do that this evening. Move a couple of those boxes, bring that in, put the boxes on top of it. So, yeah. So that's why I say all the time that, driving and yakking like this, ideas ferment and pop up, and, I kind of like that idea. Anyhow. Oh. All right, why are you slowing? Ah, okay. Don't know where you're going, huh? I got you. Ooh. So I'm going to be running at a bit of a inconvenience, I guess. I use my mobile hotspots as my internet, and apparently I have gone through the 200 gigs of internet that I paid for. cost me $100 for 200 gigs. But apparently I've gone through that already this month. Usually I make it to full 30 days. But, or like at most, 28 days or 29 days. And then I can run my computer off the hotspot on my phone. I'm not going to have enough hotspot to run for a week. So I would also use the hotspot on this phone. Ooh, sweet. 55? Ouch. 55 sedan. I also use the Wi-Fi or the hotspot on this phone to upload from this phone, which is what I usually.
For that, your phone needs a mobile or Wi-Fi connection for.
Yes, thank you. So I generally use that phone in that spot, but the whole thing is making sure that this phone, every phone seems to, record or whatever differently. So, if I shut this one off now, I'll have to reset it for the direction it's at and go back to video. This other one, it stays on video and pointing at me. Whoops. Here we go with the geese again. Moving along. Living in Florida. Alrighty, so we're about the end of the run. I appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fantabulous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fantabulous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.